In this video, I will explain a logical fallacy called the false dichotomy, also known as the false dilemma or black and white fallacy. I'll begin with a general explanation and then follow with some examples. The false dichotomy occurs when an argument simplifies something to just two possibilities, hence the name black or white fallacy. A complex or colorful issue is simplified to just two positions, black and white. This is a mistake because it assumes that no other positions exist, no other colors besides black and white. I can understand the desire to simplify something that is complex, but this kind of thinking is normally a mistake. The phrases to look out for are either X or Y, us versus them, the problem or the solution, with us or against us, love it or hate it, black versus white. When you see this, don't be drawn into choosing a side. Take a moment to consider the situation. Is it really the case that only X and Y are possible? Maybe Z is possible too. Ask yourself, why is the issue even being framed in this way? Why these two sides? Some issues are so complex that someone might support it in certain circumstances, but be against it in others. Forcing such a person into absolute support for the issue is a mistake. Let's look at an example. It involves two people, Bob and Alice. Bob loves Manchester United. Bob asks Alice if she loves Manchester United. Alice says no, she does not. Bob now believes that Alice hates Manchester United. This conclusion is fallacious. Bob has assumed that you can only have one of two emotions towards Manchester United, love and hate, and that these are mutually exclusive, so that if you don't love them, then you must hate them. Of course, it is perfectly possible that Alice has no interest in this particular team, or even in football in general, or perhaps her attitude towards this team falls into the many emotions that are neither love or hate. There are many reasons why Alice might not love this team. To say that she must hate them is fallacious. If you want to know what Alice really thinks, ask her, but don't force her into choosing between love and hate. Let's look at another example. Bob and Alice are both back for this one. Bob supports the government. Bob asks Alice if she supports the current immigration policy. Alice says no. Bob now believes that Alice is unpatriotic, an enemy of the state. Again, Bob's conclusion is fallacious. Bob has assumed that people are either with the government or against them, and that a supporter will support everything that the government does. It is possible that Alice doesn't care about immigration or politics in general. Maybe she supports many of the government's policies but doesn't agree with this particular one. Maybe there is a certain issue within this particular policy that she doesn't agree with. Yes, Alice does not support this particular policy, but as we don't know why, it is unfair and fallacious to say that she is unpatriotic or an enemy of the government or state. To find out what she actually thinks, just ask her. But believing that everyone should be either a supporter or an enemy is a mistake. If you see this happening, take a moment to consider the situation carefully. Most issues are not black and white. Well, that concludes the video. Hopefully you are now better placed to spot and deal with this fallacy.